Hi, this is Lindsay from Central Coast Fireplace, and I am going to show you how to relight your pilot when it's gone out. So first, I just want to show you, here is our gas log system with a pilot light going. And on this particular set, the pilot is pretty close there to the right-hand side of the logs. Yours, depending on what type of pilot system you have, it might be located there. It might also be a little bit further in and under the middle of the logs. So what you're looking for, see those silver pieces right there? That's where the pilot light comes out. If you don't see that off to the right hand side, you might want to move some logs out of the way. That's what you're looking for. So I'm just going to pause this video for a second while I put the pilot light out. And we're going to go from the beginning. Okay, so now our pilot light is out. I've turned it off manually, but I want you to pretend that it's just blown out, which is probably why you're calling. So if your pilot light is out, you won't see that little purple flame anymore. This is probably the knob that you have. We've switched ours out with a steel handle. But you probably, most of our customers have this. And that little pilot, the part where it reads pilot, that's pointed up. Now, what you need to do first is you need to turn this to the off position. And the way that you do that is you push it in 1/4 inch and you turn it off. So I'm going to do that with this handle. And it can be hard. It's got, I don't know if you can see that. So there's a little bit of play there. And it's kind of hard sometimes. You kind of got to give it a little wiggle, push it in. There we go. So in my case, I was kind of bumping into a rock under there, and it's nothing to be scared of. You just got to find that wiggle position. And I can play with this now, and now it won't go to the right again. So I'm going to do it again, turn it in, kind of push it in 1/4 inch, and then turn it. So remember, same thing on this. You're going to push it in 1/4 inch, and then turn it. And you kind of got to wiggle sometimes if you don't find that perfect spot. So don't be afraid of it. Once it's turned off, there's no gas flowing, there's nothing to worry about. Your knob is going to read like this in the off position. You just want to kind of fan it a little bit. Go grab a newspaper, fan this out. Make sure that there's no gas buildup in there. That way when you light the pilot, you don't get that whoosh. So give it a minute or two to just clear out. And when you're ready to relight it, this handle has to be pointed up like that. So that handle needs to be pointed up. So on this, it would be in the off position. You would turn this back to pilot, pilot pointing up. Now if you turn too far, that's fine, but you can't light the pilot in that position. Handle needs to be up, needs to be saying pilot, pointing up. When you're ready to light the pilot, you're going to push this in, and you're going to click your lighter right over here, and you have to hold this in. So I can't do it very easily with just 2 hands. So I'm going to pause this for a second, and I'm going to push this handle in, and I'm going to stick my lighter on those little silver parts. Okay, so I've just lit the pilot, and you can see I'm still pushing in this handle. And I'm pushing it in and holding it for 30 seconds. That's going to let the thermocouple heat up, and then that pilot's going to remain lit. So I think it's been enough time now. I'm just going to release and the pilot stayed lit. And we can turn this on. And there's our flame. Turn that back off. And pilot's going. So that's what that means. Pilot, and then if I turned that on, it means flame on. Now, if we want to take it one step further, and let's say you were going on vacation for a month, and you wanted to turn the pilot off completely, push in a little bit, find that sweet spot, which can be hard to find sometimes. And I just turned it back over to the right, and we've done this. Push in, turn to the right, and now we've got pilot off. So now to relight my pilot, I need to turn this handle up. And did you see that? I went too far. That's okay. Just go back up, and now it can't turn right again without pushing in first. So to relight, now I push in, click my lighter right back there, and hold this in for 30 seconds. There you go.